Brandon Evans, and this is my WWE Wrestling DVD collection, part 3. Right, firstly we've got TLC 2011. Now this one is one of my favourite pay-per-views. I couldn't wait to get this one on DVD. It's a really good pay-per-view, especially the main event with CM Punk, The Miz and Alberto Del Rio for the WWE title and triple threat ladder match. That was the first of its kind and a really good match as well. Some other good matches on there are Triple H and Kevin Nash in a sledgehammer ladder match. Yeah, it's a really good pay-per-view. I would really recommend buying that one. Right, next is Elimination Chamber 2012. Now this one is a really good pay-per-view as well. Maybe some of the best Elimination Chambers matches in quite a few years. Obviously you got the WWE title and the World Heavyweight title in both of the chambers. Yeah, it's a really good match. John Cena and Kane's match was really good as well. I would really recommend buying that one as well. Next is WrestleMania 28. Now, one of the most hyped up matches in wrestling history, once in a lifetime match between The Rock and John Cena, ended up being twice in a lifetime. That was one of the most outstanding matches at the pay-per-view. It went nearly 35 minutes, so it was really good. And the other good match was obviously The Undertaker and Triple H in the Hell in a Cell, with the Undertaker's wrestling WrestleMania streak on the line, with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. That was a really good match as well. Oh, it's one of my favourite WrestleManias of recent years, so I would really recommend buying that one. Right, next is Extreme Rules 2012. Again, another good pay-per-view with Lesnar and Cena in the main event. Some other good matches are Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, 2 out of 3 falls match for the World Heavyweight title. Kane and Randy Orton in a Falls Count Anywhere match to open up the event. It was a really good match as well. I would really recommend buying that one. Next is Over the Limit 2012. For me, it was an okay pay-per-view, but not as good as some in recent years. It had some all right matches on, like the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight title between Randy Orton, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and Chris Jericho was quite a good match. And John Cena and John Laurinaitis was just a beat down for John Cena beating on John Laurinaitis like nobody's business. It was a really good event. I would actually probably recommend buying that one only if you're a collector though. Next is Money in the Bank 2012, which is another really good pay-per-view. One of my favourite Money in the Bank pay-per-views of recent years as well. They've got some really good matches on here, especially Daniel Bryan and CM Punk's match for the WWE title. That was a no DQ match with AJ Lee as a special guest referee. Was for me the standout match of the night. I would really recommend buying that one as well. Next is SummerSlam 2012. One of the best SummerSlams in recent years. You got Triple H and Brock Lesnar in the main event, which was a really good match. Brock's second match since coming back to the WWE. And you got John Cena, CM Punk and The Big Show in a triple threat match for the WWE title, which was really good as well. And you got Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho, who opened up the pay-per-view. They had an outstanding match as well, so I really would recommend buying that one. Right. Next is Night of Champions 2012, which for me is one of my favourite Night of Champions pay-per-views ever. I'll say CM Punk and John Cena's match for the main event was a really good match. I would recommend anybody watching that match. I'll give it about 10 out of 10. So it was a brilliant pay-per-view. Some other good matches were Daniel Bryan and Kane versus R-Truth and Kofi Kingston for the tag team titles, with Kane and Daniel Bryan winning, and it was a really good pay-per-view. I would really recommend buying that one. Next is Survivor Series 2012. Again, another good pay-per-view, with the triple threat match being, I would say, probably one of the best matches of the night. The other matches are just okay, but I'd say I would recommend buying that one as well. Yeah. Next is TLC 2012, the last event of the year. Dolph Ziggler and John Cena were the main event in that for Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank contract. It was a really good pay-per-view overall though. Some other good matches with The Shield versus Ryback and Kane and Daniel Bryan in a TLC match, which was the outstanding match of the night. I really would recommend buying that one and give it about 10 out of 10 again. So next is Elimination Chamber 2013. another good Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, especially with The Rock and John Cena's match. That was the main event and probably the standout match of the night for me. The Elimination Chamber was quite good on the pay-per-view. And the Shield versus Ryback, Sheamus and John Cena was quite good as well. I would give that about 8 out of 10. I probably would recommend buying that one as well. Next is WrestleMania 29. Another good pay-per-view with The Rock and John Cena's second match in a lifetime. Yeah, that was a really good match. Some other standout matches: The Undertaker and CM Punk. I really would recommend buying that one as well. Next is Extreme Rules 2013. Another good pay-per-view with Brock Lesnar and Triple H in the main event in a steel cage match, which was a really good match. Some other good matches on there are Randy Orton in the Big Show's Extreme Rules match. Yeah, that's another good match on there. And Ryback and John Cena for the WWE title and Last Man Standing match was a brilliant match as well. I really would recommend buying that one. And lastly is Payback 2013. Another solid standout pay-per-view with Ryback and John Cena in a three-stage Vel match for the WWE title being the main event. That was a brilliant match, as well as Chris Jericho and CM Punk. Was another good match, and even the opener for the Intercontinental title was a really good match as well. I really would recommend buying that one. And okay, so next time I'll be doing part 4 of my DVD collection, the final part. And please feel free to comment and subscribe, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter.